Hey, what's going on, guys? Peace. It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to compare the BlU VIVO X6 versus the Umidigi A3X. Now, both of these phones are 109.99 at the time of this video. But if you check the links down below, you can, see where to get these devices on Amazon or either AliExpress. But they're gonna be really good prices for both of these budget phones, and they're both really comparable. So I definitely wanted to do a video to compare these two devices to tell you which one is actually, and how they differentiate from each other, and also which one has the advantage over the other in certain areas. So let's just start off with the overall displays that we're getting. We're both getting 720 displays on the BlU X6 right here. You can see it's 720, but it just looks really beautiful. It has really nice darks on here that look really good. And if I turn the brightness down, you can kind of see them a little better now. They look really nice. They both have curved glass, 2.5 glass. This one looks almost identical to like the iPhone XR. When you look at it in the hand, it has that aluminum frame on it. It also has a notch on it as well, and it's going to be 5.7 inches, which is a nice size as well when you're holding it, both of them in the hand. So I could say that the 2.5D glass on both feel really good. When you go to the brightness on this one, you can see that we have a dark mode, which is really cool. On the you do get a partial dark mode on this one, but as you can see, the notification shade isn't dark, so it's not full dark mode, just like this one. So I could definitely say this one has a nice dark mode to it. This one comes with the BlU VIVO X6 comes with a nice rugged case, which has nice buttons when you press it, really clicky buttons, nice cutouts, and nice lip protection as well. And it has a nice carbon fiber cutout on the back, like carbon fiber feel on the back. This one has like a leather, it mimics leather, and it has a really nice texture to it as well. So they both have some really cool cases that they also come with. But also, one of the things that's pretty cool is that you're going to be able to get some really good cameras on the BlU phone right here, which are really going to be nice for video and really surprising video that you're going to be getting on the front of this camera and the rear. Whereas on the Umidigi, I noticed that the front facing camera was good too, but the rear one wasn't the best for video, but it was pretty good when it came to taking photos, which I did like. So it did take some really nice photos. You are getting a customizable Android system on both phones. You can get navigation keys, two button, where you have to swipe up on this one and this one like this. This is the 2 button. Or you can actually get the full gesture on both devices, which is cool. So they both offer full gestures, which is really nice. And I gotta say that they're both gonna be really nice when it comes to just like overall usability. And what's really cool is that you're getting Android 10 on the Umidigi right here, which is crazy. So if I go into settings real quick and then just look for the Android 10 software, what you're gonna notice is that we are running on Android 10 on the Umidigi, which is really nuts, because a lot of the times phones these days come with like 9.0 right out of box, but we're actually getting Android 10 on the Umidigi, which is really crazy and really nice to see. So I definitely think that's pretty cool. On the BlU phone, we are getting Android 9, which is still pretty cool. I still like the Android 9 on that. As you can see, the 10 is just a little bit more cooler because it's a little bit more new. But if you go into About Device and you go into like the Android, you can see it's at right there. It was at the Android 9, so it could get an update. We're not sure, but I definitely think that would be pretty cool if we did get an update, because then we'd be like up to date on both devices. But Android 10 is really nice for now. We are getting a 16 megapixel and a 5 megapixel on the back of here. They're not the most best cameras in the world, but they're going to be pretty decent. Now this camera setup on here is a 13 megapixel, and it also has a dual camera setup. And these cameras are actually going to be really cool. You do get a 13 megapixel on the front of here and a 13 megapixel on the front of here as well. Now the really crazy thing is you are getting a nice glass and metal finish on here, whereas you're getting all plastic on the BlU X6. So you can also see that we have a removable battery on here, as well as dual SIM also. So once you locate the place right here, you can remove the battery. You do get USB on both devices, but you do get dual SIMs cards as well as SD for expansion. So you're getting 64 gigabytes of internal storage on the Vivo X6, and you are getting 16 gigabytes of RAM on the Umidigi A3X. So on the Umidigi A3X, if you go into storage, you're gonna notice that I do have a 64 gigabytes card right here for expansion, which is really cool. So basically it's gonna allow me to expand my storage, and I have like all my social media apps on here, as well as games and shopping apps too, as well as multimedia. And that's pretty much all I need for this thing, and it still has a ton of storage left, which is nice to see. It also runs really quickly, and they both run really nicely with 3 gigabytes of RAM. When it comes to brightness, let me just look at both screens when they're all the way up, but both of these screens actually look really good for the most part. And you can see right here, they both look really bright. Honestly, it's really close in my opinion. I don't prefer either one over the other. I kind of like the Umidigi. The screen is really nice in my opinion. It's a little bit more vivid, but both screens do look really good. So I didn't have any issues with either one whatsoever. One of the cool things that I did notice is that if you swipe down right here on the BlU X6, it locks the app in place right there. So if you swipe down again, it unlocks it, which is crazy. And you can't get rid of it once it's locked. So you have to swipe back down. So I thought that was really cool. This one's locked as well, but you can see that you could just lock those with the 3 gigabytes of RAM, and I think that's a cool feature to have. Now I didn't see that feature here on the Umidigi, but if you long press right here, you can get other options right here, like split screen and everything like that. But it's still pretty cool. But when it came to the cameras on these devices, I gotta say that the BlU device does have better cameras overall. When it comes to the front-facing cameras, both are actually really good. But when it comes to the rear, the advantage goes to the BlU device for sure. As you can see right here through the viewfinder, you can see, kind of take a look at them. And let's just take a little look at them through the viewfinder for now. Maybe that'll help. Right now, actually, the Umidigi appears to look a lot better. So that's just in my opinion right now. Let me just see if do I have the aperture too far up. Let me just wipe the lens off as well. Okay, I think that's what it was. The lens was foggy. Okay, now they both look really good. I'm getting more glare. Okay, there we go. The glare went away. There's a little bit of glare on this one as well. But they both look really good. Let's flip them. Let me just look at the viewfinder at both of them. And honestly, they both look pretty good. Let me just take a picture of both and let me know what you guys think took the better photo. Okay, so let's just go into the photos real quick and just take a look at how those came out. And it appears that the Umidigi took a nice sharp photo. I think it looked a little better, but yeah, for sure. When it comes to photos, I think the Umidigi has a slight advantage, but when it comes to video, I think the BlU has a slighter edge. Let me just take this picture one more time because that looked too good to be true. I think I had the depth filter on the BlU. Let me just take that one more time. Okay, so now we have one more image that we can compare it to. But so far, the Umidigi took it. Alright, so now let me know what you guys think. Other than that, both phones do have a really nice size to them. We're getting 5.7 inches and 6.1. You're both able to use both of these on Cricket and Metro by T-Mobile. When it comes to the fingerprints, both are pretty fast. It seems like the Umidigi is a little bit quicker with it right there. Let me just do it one more time. But it's about the same time. But overall, let me know if you prefer the dewdrop Udifinity display, or if you prefer the notch, or just a regular no notch or anything like that. But I definitely think both of these devices are pretty cool. In my opinion, for $109, you're getting either one of these devices, which is nuts. So honestly, I don't think you can lose out in any way possible, like if you were to get one of these devices, because it's going to be really affordable no matter what. So honestly, that's pretty crazy. But let me know down below what you think about overall both of these devices. For $110, which one would you think is a little bit better? Overall, I think both are really nice. You're not getting NFC for either one of these devices. But right now I have both of these running on Metro by T-Mobile, and they both look really good. You are getting 64 gigabytes of RAM, ROM, which is actually a lot better than having 16. But with adaptable storage, it really won't matter because you're going to be able to expand it anyway, which is kind of cool. But overall, I definitely think that these devices actually match up pretty well. You're also getting that removable battery, which is crazy. A little bit better screen quality here, in my opinion. But overall, it's because of the screen pixels are more dense because it's a smaller display. But let me know what you guys think about both of these devices. But when it comes to gaming, you're gonna get a lot better performance with the IMG. This is an IMG processor, which is a little different. It's an IMG A3X GPU with a ARM Cortex A55. And this device right here that we're looking at right here for Umidigi has another type of processor, which is a lot different. It's what they're using here is something that I'm not used to seeing, but it's a 12 nanometer power efficient processor, which is really cool. Also with the latest Android 10 stock Android, which is really cool. So the chipset that they actually use is the MT6761, and it's going to provide you with 3 gigabytes of RAM, and it's clocked in at 2.0 as well. So honestly, that's pretty cool. I haven't heard of either one of these chipsets like too much, so I'm pretty sure they're pretty much going to be new budget processors for both of these devices, which is really cool to see. But hopefully you guys found this helpful, and have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and make sure you hit the bell icon. Have a great night, and I'll check you guys later. Peace.